Have you ever noticed how, as we grow older, it's not just the big things that begin to change, but the quiet ones? The subtle feelings we can't quite name, the heavy tiredness that sleep no longer cures, the fog in our minds that wasn't there before. It creeps in slowly until one day, you realize that your body feels more like a burden than a home. But what if one of the most powerful ways to reverse this was already inside you, resting silently just beneath your ribs? Tonight, we invite you to discover a forgotten ritual that's as old as human touch and as vital today as ever. In this video, we'll uncover why gently stroking below your ribs before bed can become a sacred act of healing in old age, and how it might just be the key to restoring the strength, clarity, and peace you thought you had lost. So take a deep breath, settle in, and let's begin this journey, not just of knowledge, but of returning home to your own body. As we grow older, something subtle yet critical begins to change inside our bodies, something most of us rarely think about until symptoms appear. It's not just our bones that become brittle or our muscles that weaken. Deep inside, hidden beneath our ribs, the liver, the silent guardian of our well-being, begins to slow down. And when the liver slows down, so does everything else. Imagine this. Every single day, your liver filters over 1.5 liters of blood every minute, breaking down toxins, removing harmful substances, neutralizing drugs, regulating cholesterol, balancing hormones, and storing essential nutrients. It's one of the most hardworking organs in the body, yet it never complains. But with age, especially after 60, the liver's capacity to detoxify and regenerate becomes compromised. The very filter that once worked tirelessly to keep you healthy begins to clog, not from visible dirt, but from decades of accumulated waste, stress, poor digestion, medication residue, processed foods, alcohol, and emotional tension. You might not feel it right away, but signs begin to creep in. Persistent fatigue, poor sleep, itchy skin, yellowing of the eyes, difficulty digesting fats, unexplained weight gain, bloating after meals, dark spots on the skin, and even mental fog. These are not just random nuisances of old age. They are quiet signals that your liver is overwhelmed and crying for help. But here's the powerful truth. Just because you are aging doesn't mean your liver has to age poorly. In fact, modern science and ancient healing wisdom agree on one profound solution daily: gentle stimulation of the liver area through physical touch. Yes, a simple action such as stroking below your ribs, right where your liver rests, can awaken its healing power. Think about this. Just as a tired engine needs a jumpstart, your liver too responds to gentle activation. Especially at night, before you go to sleep, your body enters a state of natural repair. This is the window when the liver goes to work the most. But if it's burdened or congested, it struggles silently, and your sleep becomes restless, interrupted, shallow. What if just 5 minutes of mindful touch each evening could bring balance back? This isn't magic, it's biology. Stroking below your ribs with your palm, using circular motions, increases blood flow directly to the liver. This boost in circulation is like delivering oxygen and fuel to a tired organ, helping it process toxins more efficiently. And it's not just about detoxifying the blood, it's about protecting your brain from ammonia buildup, reducing the load on your kidneys, helping your bowel movements stay regular, and keeping inflammation in check. The liver does it yet. It asks for nothing. But now, in old age, it is your turn to give back. This small act of self-care, done quietly in your bedroom before sleep, is not just physical, it's deeply emotional. As you touch your body with care, your body begins to trust again. It starts to heal, to flow, to restore. You are not just surviving each day, you are gently guiding your body toward balance, toward life. Seniors who practice nightly liver massage often report clearer minds, better moods, less bloating, and stronger sleep cycles. It's not a coincidence. When the liver flows, life flows. When the liver is blocked, life becomes stagnant. In Eastern medicine, the liver is not only the detoxifier, it's also the seat of our emotions, especially anger, bitterness, and regret. With age, we often carry a heavy emotional load: memories, heartbreak, losses. But those feelings don't just vanish, they find a home in our organs. And the liver, already exhausted, becomes the silent container of these unresolved emotions. But when you stroke below your ribs, slowly, gently, breathing deeply, you are also releasing those emotions, allowing your body to feel safe enough to let go. You might even find yourself sighing or shedding a quiet tear. That's healing. That's not weakness, it's the strength of someone brave enough to care for themselves, to honor their aging body with presence and kindness. You don't need fancy equipment, expensive medicine, or complicated routines. Just your own hands. Just 5 minutes. Just the willingness to show up for your liver each night. Remember, liver disease doesn't knock on the door loudly, it whispers. But if you listen early and act gently, you can avoid the chaos it may bring later. In fact, many elderly people who start this simple practice notice improved digestion, reduced nighttime urination, and more stable energy during the day. That's because when the liver is happy, every system in the body becomes lighter and freer. So tonight, as you lie down, take a deep breath. Place your hand on your right side, just under your ribs. Close your eyes. Begin small, gentle strokes in a circular motion. Imagine years of stress dissolving under your fingertips. Imagine your liver smiling. You're not just touching an organ, you're restoring a lifetime of balance. Every evening becomes a quiet ritual of healing. This is your gift to yourself, a gentle reminder that aging doesn't mean fading away. It means becoming more attuned, more aware, more connected to the incredible body that's carried you all these years. And as long as you breathe, you can still help it thrive. The liver is waiting. Are you ready to answer? And now that your hand is resting below your ribs, your breath starting to deepen and your thoughts beginning to slow, let's go even deeper into the miraculous connection between the liver and your sleep. You see, it's no coincidence that many elderly people find themselves waking up at night, staring into the darkness, wondering why their body won't let them rest. It's not just age. It's not just stress. It's often your liver calling out to you. In traditional Chinese medicine, the liver is most active between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m., a time when most seniors report waking up suddenly, unable to fall back asleep. This is not just theory, it's a pattern recognized for thousands of years. And now, modern science is catching up. Research shows that when the liver is congested or inflamed, whether due to poor diet, stress, or long-term medication use, it can disrupt melatonin production, throw off blood sugar balance, and even trigger cortisol spikes, all of which sabotage sleep. So what does this mean for you? It means that when you lie in bed, restless or uneasy, tossing and turning while the clock ticks, your body is working overtime trying to process toxins and restore balance. But instead of fighting it, what if you worked with your body? What if you gave your liver the gentle support it craves, just minutes before bedtime? That's where the miracle begins. A simple nightly ritual stroking gently below your ribs in circular, slow movements not only helps stimulate blood flow but tells your body, you are safe now, it's time to rest. And something incredible happens. As circulation improves, as tension in the abdominal cavity releases, the nervous system begins to calm. Your heart rate slows, your breath deepens, and the signals of stress that had been keeping you in a light, anxious sleep begin to fade. This is not placebo. This is the body responding to touch, to warmth, to care. Elderly individuals who practice this technique report something astonishing. They fall asleep faster, and more importantly, they stay asleep longer. And not the kind of shallow sleep that leaves you tired in the morning, but deep, restorative sleep, the kind that nourishes your cells, repairs your tissues, and brings back the vitality you thought you had lost. They wake up with clarity instead of confusion, with energy instead of exhaustion, with peace instead of irritation. That's the power of activating the liver before sleep. Imagine this. Your bedroom is dark and quiet. The worries of the day are beginning to melt away, and your hands are gently moving in circles just under your right rib cage. You don't need to press hard. In fact, The more gentle and intentional your touch, the more your body listens. With each slow stroke, you're not just helping your liver, you're signaling to your entire being that it's time to rest. It's a message deeper than words, more ancient than medicine. You're allowed to stop now. You've done enough. Let me help you carry the load. As you continue this practice each night, your body begins to anticipate it. Your muscles remember. Your liver begins to function more smoothly. And your brain responds by releasing melatonin, the natural sleep hormone, in steady, powerful waves. This is what the body was designed for, not to be pumped with sleeping pills or forced into unconsciousness, but to be gently guided into deep sleep through self-care and connection. One elderly woman, aged 74, who had been struggling with insomnia for over a decade, described how this small practice changed everything. "I used to dread nighttime," she said. "I'd lie in bed for hours, frustrated, staring at the ceiling. I tried teas, supplements, even sleeping pills, but nothing lasted. Then I started massaging below my ribs before sleep. At first, I thought it was silly, but after a few days, I slept through the night for the first time in years. It was like my body finally exhaled." Stories like hers are not rare, they are everywhere, waiting to be heard. And they all point to one powerful truth: the body wants to heal, it just needs the right invitation. And let's not forget the emotional side of sleep. As we age, we carry more than just physical pain. We carry memories, some sweet, some heavy. We carry regrets, unspoken words, losses we never truly let go of. And at night, when the world is quiet, those emotions rise to the surface. But the liver, our emotional warehouse, holds them all. It stores old anger, suppressed grief, silent disappointments. When you stroke this area before sleep, you are not just aiding detox, you are helping release those trapped feelings, giving them a gentle exit. That's why many people find themselves sighing, yawning, even crying during this practice. It's the body letting go of what it no longer needs. And in doing so, it makes space for peace, for sleep, for dreams. The connection between the liver and the mind is profound. When the liver is clear, the mind is calm. When the liver is tense, the mind races. This is why a simple massage can do more than any sleeping aid. It brings harmony to the very root of unrest. And as the days turn into weeks, and you commit to this practice, something else begins to shift. Not only does your sleep improve, but your mornings become lighter. You wake up refreshed, your digestion works better, your skin looks clearer, your eyes brighter. This isn't coincidence, it's the ripple effect of a well-rested liver. And all it takes is your touch. So tonight, don't just lie down and hope for rest. Create it. Craft it with your own hands. Turn off the distractions, dim the lights, and place your palm below your ribs. Close your eyes. Let your fingers move slowly, lovingly, around the edge of your liver. Don't rush. Breathe deeply. With every stroke, imagine years of strain melting away. You are not just touching your body, you are rewriting the story of your nights. You are reclaiming the rest that age tried to steal from you. This is your time, your sacred pause before sleep. Not for the world, not for others, but for you. To honor your body, to thank your liver, to give yourself the sleep you've earned. And when morning comes, and you open your eyes feeling truly rested, you'll know it wasn't the pills, or the doctors, or the advice of others that saved your sleep. It was you, your hands, your presence, your decision to care. That is the real medicine. And it's been within you all along. By now, your hands may already know the place. The curve beneath your right rib, soft yet firm, protective yet open. It's not just anatomy anymore, it's a sacred site of renewal. You've discovered that stroking the liver area helps you sleep, clears your mind, and lightens your emotional burden. But here's where it gets even more powerful, when you begin to understand not just why this works, but how to do it properly. With care, intention, and precision, your results can multiply. Because like anything in life, gardening, cooking, music, the magic lies not just in doing it, but in doing it right. Let's begin with timing. You may already know this intuitively. but science confirms it. The body's detox systems work in cycles, just like the sun and moon. Your liver, specifically, is most active in its cleansing and regenerative duties during the deep nighttime hours, particularly between 1:00 a.m. and 3:00 a.m. This is why the window before sleep, from 9:00 p.m. to 10:30 p.m., is the most sacred moment to prepare your liver for the night ahead. When you begin your massage during this calm evening period, right after washing up and turning down the lights, your body receives the signal. The work of the day is done now. It's time for healing. Think of this ritual not as a chore, but as a transition from the outer world to your inner sanctuary. Set the atmosphere. Dim the lights. Play soft music if it soothes you. Warm your hands by rubbing them together or dipping them briefly in warm water. Some elderly individuals like to use a drop of natural oil olive, sesame, or castor oil are excellent choices. These not only allow for smoother movement over the skin, but also carry their own nourishing anti-inflammatory properties into the deeper tissues. Now come the techniques. Sit or lie down in a semi-reclined position. Place your right hand gently below your right rib cage and your left hand above it, as if holding a warm stone between your palms. The liver is tucked under the ribs, slightly to the right of your sternum. Begin with slow, clockwise circular strokes, not rushed or forceful, but deliberate and smooth. Let your fingertips trace circles the size of an orange, using light to moderate pressure. With each rotation, visualize stagnant energy and toxins being loosened and released. If your fingers feel tense, soften them. This is not about forceps, about flow. After a minute or two, add a downward sweeping motion from the ribs toward the navel. This mimics the natural direction of lymph and blood flow, encouraging toxins to drain and digestion to improve. Elderly individuals with constipation, bloating, or indigestion often report relief after practicing this technique consistently. If you suffer from cold hands and feet, poor circulation, or fatigue, take a moment to place your palm flat over the liver area and simply breathe. Inhale through your nose, exhale through pursed lips, and feel your belly rise and fall. This moment of deep breathing, with warm hand contact, does something remarkable. It helps regulate your vagus nerve, the master switch of the parasympathetic nervous system. That's your rest and digest mode. When this system is activated, blood pressure drops, your heart calms, digestion improves, and sleep becomes easier. Now, some viewers may ask, how long should I do this each night? The answer is simple: 5 to 10 minutes. That's it. Long enough to awaken circulation, short enough to remain sustainable. The key isn't duration, it's consistency. Just as watering a plant once a month won't keep it alive, massaging your liver only when you feel sick won't create real transformation. Make it part of your nightly ritual, like brushing your teeth or turning off the lights. Let it become a non-negotiable act of self-kindness. But there's more. You can deepen this practice by integrating mindfulness or visualization. As you stroke your liver, close your eyes and picture warm golden light flowing from your fingertips into your liver. See that light wrapping around the organ, gently dissolving inflammation, washing away toxins, unclogging stagnant bile, and freeing stuck emotions. The power of the mind is astonishing. Elderly patients who combine touch with visualization experienced greater drops in blood pressure and cortisol levels than those who did massage alone. Your mind is not separate from your body, it's a partner. When they work together, healing accelerates. Some elderly practitioners enhance the experience further by reciting a calming affirmation as they massage. I am safe. I am healing. My liver is strong. I release all that no longer serves me. Don't underestimate this. Words carry vibration. Thoughts shape hormones. Emotions dictate immune responses. You are not just touching flesh, you are reprogramming your entire being. Let's not forget the practical adjustments for older adults. If you have arthritis in your hands or find it difficult to apply consistent pressure, you can use a warm compress or heated herbal pack on the liver area for 10 minutes before or after the massage. This softens tissues, increases blood flow, and makes the entire experience more soothing. Alternatively, using a soft massage tool, like a wooden roller or warm jade stone, can ease strain on the fingers while still offering the benefits. And what about those who sleep on their side? You can do a gentle version of this massage while lying in bed, just before drifting off. Curl slightly to your left side. This enhances circulation from the liver toward the heart, and rest your hand on your right rib. No need for pressure, just warmth and stillness, like a comforting presence. Many elderly people find that even this light contact triggers yawns, sighs, and a deep sense of safety, signs that your body is relaxing into deep rest. Above all, the most important ingredient in this entire process is presence. In a world that often rushes the elderly, overlooks them, or pushes them aside, this is your private moment to reclaim sovereignty over your body. You are not just a patient, not just an age or a number. You are a living being, full of history, wisdom, and potential. And by taking these few minutes each night, you affirm to yourself, I still matter. I am still worthy of healing. You see, true health doesn't come in a pill bottle. It comes in presence, in patience, in hands that love the body they touch. The liver knows this. That's why it responds so quickly, not because of the technique alone, but because it senses intention. It knows when it's being cared for, and it responds like a loyal friend, cleansing more efficiently, supporting your energy, balancing your hormones, and protecting your heart. So as you move your hands in those slow, mindful circles tonight, remember, this is your sacred act. This is not trivial. This is profound. In this one gesture, you are connecting with every elder who came before you, every healer who touched a patient with love, every mother who placed her hand on a fevered child, every warrior who tended their wounds in silence. You are joining that lineage of care for yourself. That's the real technique. That's the perfect timing. And that's where the true transformation begins. Now that your hands have learned the rhythm now, that your breath and intention have aligned with the gentle, healing motion beneath your ribs, it's time to go deeper into the territory of transformation. Because what begins as a simple massage to soothe the liver doesn't end there. It awakens an entire inner network that many don't even realize is failing them until it's too late. We're talking about the digestive system, that intricate chain of organs, enzymes, nerves, and microbiomes that governs not just your appetite, but your strength, your energy, your immunity, your brain clarity, and your joy. And as we age, it suffers silently. You see, digestion in youth is like a roaring fire, strong, efficient, and quick to process anything we throw in. But after 50, that fire begins to flicker. By 60, it weakens. By 70, it threatens to go out. This isn't just poetics, it's medical fact. With age, we produce less stomach acid, fewer digestive enzymes. Our intestines absorb nutrients less efficiently, and the muscles of the gut, yes, even the muscles in your bowels, become sluggish. That's why the elderly often battle bloating, constipation, indigestion, acid reflux, or a disturbing lack of appetite. And when digestion slows, everything suffers. But here's the miracle. When you stimulate the liver each night through massage, you aren't just detoxifying an organ, you are reigniting that fire. Because the liver is the secret architect behind digestion. It produces bile, that golden green fluid that breaks down fats and absorbs fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and nutrients critical for aging eyes, skin, bones, and blood vessels. When bile production stagnates, as it often does in the elderly, digestion becomes erratic, inefficient, and sometimes downright painful. But when you use your hands to awaken this sleeping powerhouse, you support a cascade of benefits that flow through your entire digestive tract. Let's walk through it. Picture this. Your fingers move in slow circles, your mind still and focused. Beneath the skin, that movement stimulates blood flow to the liver, warming it, softening its tissues, helping it produce and release more bile. That bile travels to your gallbladder, then to your small intestine, where it emulsifies fats from your dinner. Be it a bowl of rice, a spoon of soup, or a serving of fish. The food is digested more thoroughly, gas is reduced, nutrients are better absorbed, and toxins are more easily flushed out. Elderly individuals who practice this nightly ritual often report smoother digestion, reduced bloating after meals, and even relief from stubborn constipation. Yes, constipation, one of the most frustrating, often embarrassing issues in older age, can begin to ease just from this. Why? Because your intestinal motility, the wave-like motion that pushes food through your bowels, is largely regulated by the liver-gut axis. When the liver is stagnant, the intestines become sluggish. But when you activate it, those waves pick up. That stuck sensation in your lower belly begins to move. Suddenly, a problem you thought required harsh laxatives or invasive treatments becomes solvable with your own fingertips. And the effects ripple out further. Did you know that over 70% of your immune cells live in your gut? A toxic, inflamed digestive system doesn't just make you uncomfortable, it makes you vulnerable. Vulnerable to infections, to inflammation, to allergies, to autoimmune reactions. But when your digestion flows smoothly, when bile is secreted in balance, when food is broken down fully, when waste is eliminated daily, your immune system is better regulated. You fight off colds more easily. Your skin improves, your joints feel less inflamed, and yes, even your mind becomes sharper. The connection between your liver, your gut, and your brain is more profound than we were ever taught. Science now shows that the gut-brain-liver axis is responsible for neurotransmitter balance, particularly serotonin and dopamine, the very chemicals that govern your mood, your sleep, and even your motivation to get out of bed in the morning. This is why some elderly people sink into depression without knowing why. It's not always just age. Sometimes it's stagnation in the very organs we forget to care for. But when you engage in this nightly practice, stroking gently below your ribs, circulating energy, warming the tissues, you are not only stimulating the liver, you are stimulating a healing conversation between all your organs. It's like tuning the strings of a harp. The liver harmonizes with the gut whispers back to the brain sighs in relief. And you, the silent conductor of this symphony, begin to feel whole again. One elderly gentleman, age 82, who had suffered from bloating, fatigue, and irregular bowel movements for over a decade, began massaging his liver nightly while listening to soft classical music. At first, he said, I did it because I was desperate. But after a week, my bowels began to move again without pain, without force. I started feeling lighter. I laughed more. My wife said my face looked brighter. It wasn't just my liver, it was my life that was moving again. And this is what you must understand. The body wants to move. It wants to flow. Stagnation is disease. Movement is life. And your hands, warm and wise from decades of experience, have the power to create that movement, not with violence, not with medication, but with presence, rhythm, and patience. For those with gastric reflux or bloating, try this variation. After massaging your liver, place both hands on your solar plexus, the soft area just below your sternum. Breathe in deeply, and with each exhale, gently press downward toward your navel. This helps guide trapped gas down and out of your stomach, reducing pressure and heartburn. Combined with liver massage, it creates a powerful 1-2 combination for elderly digestion. And remember this, digestion does not begin in the stomach, it begins in the mind. When you slow down, when you honor your organs, when you take time to breathe and touch your own body, you activate your parasympathetic nervous system, also known as rest and digest. The modern world has robbed many seniors of this rhythm-rushing meals, eating while watching television, skipping breakfast, over-medicating without counterbalance. But you can reclaim it, even now, every night. Massage your liver, breathe, say a gentle prayer or affirmation of thanks to your body. And then, as you drift into sleep, know that your internal fire is lit again, not the reckless fire of youth, but the steady, warm hearth of wisdom. You are tending that flame with your own hands. This is not just digestion. This is self-respect in motion. This is the rebellion of one elder saying, I will not rot from the inside out. I will not sit and watch my organs decay. I will awaken them, gently, lovingly, persistently, and the body responds not with a scream, but with a sigh, a release, a letting go. So tonight, before bed, let your fingers speak. Let them whisper to your liver, "Thank you. I remember you. I need you." And in return, it will do what it's always done, silently, faithfully. Without applause, it will heal. By now, your hands have become fluent in a new kind of language, one without words, yet rich in meaning, a language of healing, of reconnection, of silent power returning to a body long ignored. You've learned to listen to your liver, to ease its burden each night, and in return, you've felt the subtle miracles, a clearer mind, a lighter belly, a more restful sleep. But if you pause here, if you stop at the massage alone, you only taste a drop of what could become a flowing river of vitality. Because true transformation, especially in old age, requires not just one ritual, but a lifestyle built around honoring your internal world. The liver massage is the spark, yes, but now we must build the fire. Let's be honest. Many seniors today feel trapped not just by age or circumstance, but by the invisible weight of years of unhealthy habits. A lifetime of fried foods, processed sugars, late-night eating, medications taken without detox, long stretches of inactivity, and emotional suppression. And the result? A body burdened not just with fat or stiffness, but with stagnation. And stagnation, as we've seen, is the root of decay. But here's the miracle. It's never too late to reverse this. The body does not hold grudges. It remembers damage. Yes, but it responds instantly to care. Even a 90-year-old liver will begin to regenerate if given the chance. And to give it that chance, we need to go beyond touch. We need to change the environment the liver lives in. Start with your diet, for it is the liver's first battlefield. Every bite you eat either heals or harms. Imagine this. Your liver is already overloaded, filtering your blood around the clock. Do you want to burden it further with oily meats, artificial preservatives, and sugar bombs disguised as comfort food? Or do you want to feed it with what it truly craves: greens, roots, seeds, clean water, and bitter herbs? Yes, bitter foods: dandelion, arugula, turmeric, ginger, lemonade, ancient allies of the liver. They stimulate bile flow. They purify. They assist. A simple glass of warm water with lemon each morning, or a bowl of boiled leafy greens in the evening, can work alongside your nightly massage like a loving second hand. When food and touch unite, your liver doesn't just survive, it thrives. Next, think about movement. Many elderly people fall into the dangerous trap of stillness, sitting too long, lying too much, limbs unused, muscles wasting away. And as the body stills, so too does the blood. So too does the liver. Because blood flow is not optional, it is the delivery system for nutrients and the removal service for toxins. If the blood doesn't move, the liver can't cleanse. But you don't need marathons or jumping jacks. You need rhythmic, regular motion, gentle walks in the morning light, tai chi in the park, light stretching before bed, even dancing softly in your room while music plays from your youth. Each movement squeezes your muscles, pumps your blood, massages your organs from within, and when combined with the external massage under your ribs, it becomes a dance of inner and outer healing. Now add hydration, not just drinking water, but drinking it with intention. The elderly often drink less out of habit, or because they fear nighttime urination. But your liver needs water like fire needs oxygen. Without it, toxins become sludge, bile thickens, fat accumulates, the system stalls. Make it a daily ceremony. A cup of warm water upon waking, herbal teas throughout the day, especially milk thistle, peppermint, chamomile. Avoid ice-cold drinks that shock the gut. Think warmth, fluidity, flow. Let your beverages become rivers that support your liver's work without fanfare. But the liver doesn't only digest food, it digests emotions. Anger, resentment, guilt, all these lodge themselves in the liver's tissues like invisible thorns. And while your massage helps release them nightly, what if you never gave them permission to return? That's why emotional hygiene is the next pillar. Each morning, ask yourself, what am I holding that isn't mine? What am I replaying from the past that I can now release? Speak it aloud. Write it. Burn it. Cry it out. Laugh it away. Learn to practice forgiveness not for others, but for your liver. Because every grudge poisons the blood. Every suppressed memory chokes your flow. And every act of release, no matter how small, frees your liver to work as it was designed, in peace. Let's also address medication. In old age, pills become frequent companions. Blood pressure meds, cholesterol drugs, sleep aids, painkillers. While many are necessary, they come with a heavy toll processed almost entirely by the liver. If you take medication, ask your doctor if any natural supports can be used alongside them. Discuss liver health openly. Ask about side effects. Use herbs cautiously, but wisely. Consider occasional breaks under medical supervision. Always pair medication with nutrient-rich foods and ample hydration to help your liver carry the load. And now, perhaps most powerful of all, purpose. Do not underestimate how much your liver listens to your spirit. People who feel useless, lonely, discarded, their bodies begin to fade. Their livers slow, their immune systems falter, their minds cloud. But those with a reason to wake up, even something as simple as feeding the birds, caring for a grandchild, writing a letter, tending a plant, volunteering at a temple, those people live longer, suffer less, and heal faster. Because the liver doesn't just respond to chemicals, it responds to meaning. Your nightly massage tells it, you matter. You are not done yet. And your daily actions must echo that message. So build a life around your healing. Make your home a sanctuary of health. Let your kitchen smell of herbs and soups. Keep sunlight on your skin and music in your ears. Speak kindly to yourself. Create rituals. Let your liver massage be the centerpiece of an entire rhythm of self-care that nourishes you from every angle. Remember, the body is not mechanical, it's musical. And you are the conductor. There's a saying in Eastern philosophy, if you care for your liver, you'll never fear aging. That's because a healthy liver gives you energy, resilience, emotional balance, strong digestion, and clear vision, literally and spiritually. It is the fire that keeps you vibrant in the winter of your life. So tonight, when your hands return to their sacred place under your ribs, know this, you are not alone. Thousands of elders around the world are discovering this secret, this quiet revolution of healing that needs no machines, no drugs, no gurus, just warm hands, open hearts, and a willingness to care. You've come this far. You've lived through storms, heartbreaks, victories, regrets. Your liver has absorbed it all. Now it's your turn to give back. Every circle your fingers trace is a promise. I will not give up on my body. I will not surrender to decay. I will choose life. And that choice, night after night, becomes your medicine. And perhaps one day, when someone younger asks you how you've stayed so sharp, so kind, so healthy, how your skin glows, how your digestion is smooth, how your spirit seems so light, you will smile and say, I stroked my liver every night, and I built a life that helped it breathe. And now, as your hands rest once more at your side, and the quiet of evening surrounds you, remember this, it's not just the massage that brings the healing, it's the love behind it. The life you build around it, the tiny daily choices that honor your liver, your body, and your spirit. This is not just about adding years to your life, it's about adding life to your years. If this message has touched you, if even one part of this practice has brought you comfort, clarity, or curiosity, we'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts, your questions, or your personal experience in the comments below. It may inspire someone else on their journey too. And if you found value here, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more wisdom made for the golden years. Your story matters. Your healing matters. And every night, with every gentle touch, you remind your body that it's never too late to begin again.